It is Sunday, September 25th, 2022. It's about 6:30 p.m. Today was hot. It was in the mid to upper 90s. It was a little bit humid. It wasn't terrible. Anyway, about 2 hours ago, it started pouring rain. Well, I should say the rain was going sideways. There was a strong wind with the rain. And in the end, it looks like our field got less than 1/10 of an inch, which according to my little rain gauge when I pour it out is about 5 drops of rain. So we did not get very much rain at all. This muddiness is from a leak in the water that I had to fix earlier this week. And the rain probably just helped it along a little bit. Anyway, this pasture, this is the last pasture, this row. I can clearly see this liverseed grass, panic liverseed grass. I can clearly see that, oh, the ground is softer. I think the rain actually made it all the way down to the soil. I can see some other grasses, like these guys. So I'm not entirely sure what kind of grass this is. It looks quite a bit different than the Bermuda grass that I'm used to seeing. It could be Bermuda grass just in the early stages. But there's some other grasses here. And we got some vervain. It's hard to see. The goatweed, there's a little bit of goatweed, not very much, not compared to the last couple pastures. There's dry spots. I'm not entirely sure why. I get some spots that are dry and other spots that aren't. I can only think it has to do with the plants that are growing there and the roots that are in the soil. So we do have flies still. You can see on this white cow quite well how many flies there are. This one's still damp from the rain, I guess. His head's damp. Her head, I'm not sure what it is. Are you a boy or girl, number 6? I think you're a girl. This one has poop on her head. Maybe she was nursing on her mom and her mom decided to drop a load on her head. His head? Her head. Oh, it's all over the neck. Oh, that's disgusting, number 12. Ugh. Ugh. Look at this bag on this one. She has quite a bit of milk in there. A metal tag. Right? Blackie, how you doing? A lot of Corriente in that one. No flies on me, please. There's the sheeps doing sheepy things, grazing. Sheep like to graze too close to the ground. Look at that. She's eating the seeds right off the Indian grass. Anyway, I wanted to see number 20. Where's my favorite girl? Hey, number 20. Let's see how you're doing. Still quite a bit of flies. Not completely empty here in this triangle. So, bum's still not looking great. Still sunken in. But it looks like she's recovering okay. There should be plenty of grass here. I did check the last pasture just quickly to see how much of the grass they ate, how much they left behind. My goal is to get about 80% and leave the rest to nature. The soil needs to eat too. You can't eat all the grass and leave nothing behind for the animals that live in the soil. Let's take a look at what we got here. So they're skipping the vervain. They don't like that. There's a couple stands of grass next to some patties that they didn't like to touch. Can't blame them. I don't like to eat food near my toilet, right? This grass is old. This is from spring. That's probably old ryegrass that never got eaten. You can see there's a patty underneath there, kind of like a little mountain. So they probably laid a patty there in the grass when it was still green and decided not to eat around it so far this year. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Probably not enough food. Even this much with the amount of forage we have is probably still not enough for them. I think I need to give them some more land for the next row. Yeah, I did see some clover in the next row. And clover is nice. So what is this? Is this some leftover lime? Yeah, I think that's some lime left over from like a year old. Been sitting out here for a year, which is fine. This is some berry bush. The berry bushes like to grow in acid soil. This is just a plain old rock. There's rocks in the field every once in a while. Not sure where they come from. This is that horse nettle stuff. I'm getting patches of it in different areas. I don't want them to eat it. And they're not, which is good. It is poisonous. Let's see, what else do we got here? Yeah, there just wasn't a lot of grass here. Looks like they did a good job cleaning it all up. I don't see any like spots of grass where they missed it. I mean, here and there, like you'll see like this. Just a bit of grass just standing on its own, but I think they just missed that because they weren't being 100% thorough the first time they went through. But I'm not seeing like little patches of grass that they completely missed. So it's still not enough grass to feed them. And this next row I measured out 250 feet. Oh, I should tell you, the beginning of this row, the eastern part, the western part, I mean, the part I'm looking at right now, isn't very good. But the latter part, the eastern part, has thick grass, almost like a carpet. And it's almost to the tops of my boots. So it's deep, thick grass. In the woods there, there's some beautiful grass. You can just catch a hint of it looking at it from here. So I can't wait to get to that part, see what they do with it. And then we probably have 2 or 3 more rows after this before we hit the tree line, which is the edge of my property. And we got to go back to the beginning, start all over again. And yeah, that's where we're at. I think Monday or Tuesday I'm probably going to go buy some feed just to have it, and just to maybe I'll supplement this first part of the row here. You can see here it just doesn't even look like a golf course. It looks like a desert. You know, not a lot of grass. Anyway, I know you guys that live out west, well, Texas is west, but you guys live further out west, in West Texas even. But once you kind of cross the Rockies, or even approach the Rockies, the climate's quite a bit different than it is here. This is wet, southern, southeastern climate. I moved here, one of the reasons is because they get a lot of rainfall. I figured it's easier to have nature do your irrigation than to pay for the fuel and the water and everything to do it yourself, and the pipes and stuff. So for us, this is a bad drought. And even this condition here is still a drought. Like, we're still in drought. We'll be in drought for the foreseeable future, up until December. And for you in the West, this would be like a garden. I know, because I lived out there. I was in the Pacific Northwest, and you know, where they say Seattle has all the rain in the world. It doesn't. It gets rain for certain months of the year, and it rains a little bit at a time. But the spot of ground that I'm standing on right now gets about 3 times as much rain as Seattle does. And that's average. Some years we get 4 or 5 times as much. You know, so you guys out west, especially you guys between the coast and the Rockies, you know what dry is. When you say drought out there, it means something else entirely than what I mean when I'm out here. So for us, drought is when it's not growing like a jungle. You know, we're practically living in a rainforest here. We're supposed to see things grow like mad. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and bye-bye.